Hello, everybody. How we doing? How's everybody's day going so far? Your week? We doing good? For some reason, it's saying I'm not live on Twitter, and I don't know why. Uh, Weird. I don't get it. Because it's showing that I'm live, but then when I click on it, it says it hasn't started yet. So that's weird. Um, I don't know what's going on with that. Let me check something. Lies. So am I live right now on Twitter? Because it's saying I'm not, but I can't tell. Uh, from my end, I'm seeing no. Nothing on Twitter. Yeah, here you are live. Oh no. Let me try going again. See what happens. Yeah, it's just not working. I don't understand. See and hear you on Rumble. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, see, it's got like a 3-minute back feed of the stream so far. So I don't understand. Did I fuck something up? I did what I always do. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I could. Let me check something. I mean, it shouldn't be, but just in case my stream key changed or something. Looping on Rumble? What? X says, oops, something went wrong. Hmm. Yeah, it's just not working. Hold on, let me set up a new one. Oh, Jesus. All right. We're going to get there. They don't want me mapping this shit out, dude. That's the only explanation. Found another Mumford & Sons weird connection. What is that? I guess I could... Let me check there we something. Are. I mean, it shouldn't be, but... This? Just in case my stream key changed or something. There we go. Okay. All right. Now it says I'm live. Now it says I'm live. I think. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see. Docs. Custom browser doc. Let me see if this works. Oh. Give me 1 second. An app verification code? Where do you even get that? Ah, I see. We're going to start here in just a sec. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, so that's working. Why isn't this? Hold on. All right. Last attempt here. Yeah, that still didn't work. Yeah, it just says I'm not live. Okay. All right, whatever. If you're on Twitter, I can't show your chat in the chat. If that makes sense. Okay. All right. X says, oops, something went wrong. What is this? Dissident Dialogues? Mumford & Sons? Script Keeper had issues last night. Oh. Winston Marshall, eh? I'm live on X. That's how we know 7Cs is his own man. No CIA production here. Better get to mapping the chopper. All right, we got it. We got it. Yeah, it wouldn't be a me stream if we didn't have technical difficulties. What are we talking about tonight? We're mapping out the Mike Flynn network. You wouldn't happen to be... Okay, probably not. Probably not. Thanks for doing what you do here for the truth. Let's go. Thank you, Corey. The inmates escapees. What? You're still looping on Rumble? It looks like I'm live. This Winston Marshall guy. That was part of the, was that the Flynn network? No. Arc. I see. I see. So he's on Arc and he's part of this other thing with Richard Dawkins, Ayan Hirsi from the University of Austin. What did he call it? Self-described Zionist. Oh, geez. Oh, it's called Dissident Dialogues. Okay. All right. I got that saved for later. All right, but that's not why we're here tonight. We are here for Michael Flynn and his network. I thought it would be interesting to sort of expand on like the Eric Prince stuff and sort of see where we get there. I know that Cambridge Analytica, I have to add some stuff coming off of that for this thing called Immer Data that ended up being ran by somebody that ran Frontier Services Group for Eric Prince. So I need to go grab that really quick. I forget his name, but I just posted about it yesterday or the day before. I could probably move this up here, put Immer Data here. Like so. Because Immer Data was like a spinoff of Cambridge Analytica, and it was run by this guy that was part of, I think it was Frontier Services Group. It could have been Frontier Resources Group, but I'm pretty sure I remember it being Frontier Services Group. Dissident Dialogue had Richard Dawkins. Arc Network saw you on INN. Hey guys, X feed isn't working. Is it not? It looks okay. Post. X feed went down. We're live here. Post. All right. Maybe that'll fix it. You're live. All right. My chat still doesn't work on X, though. That's unfortunate. All right. So I need the guy that was in charge of Immer data. I just posted about this yesterday. Power players. Robert Mercer, Rebecca Mercer, Immer Data, Jennifer Mercer, Alexander Nix. But this guy's name was Johnson Chun Shun Ko from Frontier Services Group. Oh, and Immer Data is 1M. Okay. Could have swore it was 2. And this was Johnson Chun Shun Ko. And he was from Eric Prince's Frontier Services Group. Blackwater does Praetorian Guard level of shady shit. Yeah. Good interview. Thank you. Getting a Rumble ad. Here's 11 cents. It's honestly not even that. Where does Michael Flynn fit into? I would put him into the tip of the spear, special command operation. Can't use X, keep saying whoops, something went wrong. Weird. Blackwater, Vanguard, and State Street own nearly everything. Are you talking about Michael that is a guest at Alex Jones? Flynn? Yes. Yeah, that Michael Flynn. This guy. We're looking at him and everything he's wrapped up with, which is kind of a lot, actually. But yeah, we're looking into his stuff. All right, so we have the Frontier Services Group. That was Immer Data. We have Alexander Nix. We need to find the other people from the SCL group. Julian Wheatland. All right, so I'm probably going to have to bring this stuff up. But where? So I could put that there. Put Oliver North up here or something. Might be able to trim these a little bit and get them to fit. Like that. And Alexander Nix is also on the board of Immerdata. They work with the Qatari royalty for one example. He's horrible. Oliver North equals CIA. Yeah, basically all these people are CIA. Fits with Roger Stone and all of the Florida Zionist posse. Yeah, we still have to I still have to expand on Roger Stone, and I do have to look at stuff from Florida. We've looked at a few things, like the 27 group that they just started out of Florida, but apparently there's like a shit ton. And Boca Raton, from my understanding, is like one of the main hubs, if I'm not mistaken. There's got to be a way to bring this up. So, like, maybe here. Dina Powell. Kind of just trying to make myself some room here. There's so much shit. In Sarasota. Yeah, that's it. But he ran across or facilitated Blackwater contracts while he was in. That admiral was just busted for this. I wonder if he was a soft disclose to what we'll see with Flynn. That's a... I mean, it's an excellent theory. I wouldn't doubt it. They like to do that shit all the time. Gotta move some of this shit around now. There we go. Okay. All right, that works. I'd get James O'Keefe connected to Deplorable. Give Tommy Tuberville. Milo. Okay. Now I gotta fix this. And then we should be good. And then, so I want to start looking at, like, stuff from Eric Prince. And potentially, light dive on, like, Apollo Global. I know about, like, the Leon Black Epstein stuff. But if there's anything else about, like, who founded it, who has been prominent there. I know it was like a restructuring of Drexel Burnham Lambert. Hello, friends. Help me by following my channel. What? Get out of here, InfoWars. We don't do InfoWars here. All over Florida, the second place after Brooklyn by population. That's where they go to rest at. Powell, Milley, McChrystal, Burke, they all ran same circles. So the place where Trump has his villa estate used to be a military post. I wonder what story AI would tell you if you inputted this chart. I don't know. Is that like what they had in California where the Doors recorded? Lorian Kane? I don't know who Lorian Kane is. All right. Suspended. Robert Mercer. The Make America #1 pack. What's this say? Damn it. Yeah, how original. I wonder what they're talking about. The Internet Archive is a great tool, and I really appreciate having it. Make America #1 pack. It's Rebecca Mercer. I wonder who else has donated to that. I'm sure we're going to see some interesting names. So this was Rebecca Mercer. Said something about connecting James Keefe to Deplorable. Oh yeah, no, he was there. I was literally trying to get the line back because sometimes I have trouble with like lines running over cards or behind them, like this right here where there's this little corner, so I have to like adjust them. And I needed to get James Keefe all the way back down to the Deplorable from where he was. Gotcha. All right. So we need Make America #1 pack. Prince donated to that. Frontier Services Group didn't respond. Only 7 people cut checks. Bernie Marcus, the co-founder of Home Depot, was one of them. Eventually, I'm going to go in here and clean this web up. I did figure out how to put webs inside of webs. So that's going to be interesting. Because essentially what I would love to do is create like a database that people can just go to and explore everything. Make the connection from Deep Boom Sand to Flynn. I don't know anything about him. He followed me the other day, so I followed him back, but I guess is he part of their thing? I don't know anything about him. If you can prove it, I'll add it. I don't fucking know the guy. I only have allegiances to the truth. Home Depot. Who else? His mom, Elsa Prince, also gave 50,000. Of course, his mom's name is Elsa. And so, is she also Betsy DeVoe's mom? Or does Betsy have a different mom? Michael Flynn, I have none, sadly. Juan 07 to Laura Logan on X. Oh shit, really? Let's see here. Let me where? Elsa is Betsy's mom. What's up, Lynn? Not Linwood. How you doing? I just came from Hardlin's Media Discord to see Anna Paulina wearing Blair White's bikini. I'm good on all that. All those words you said in combination like that. I'm gonna pass on all of that in your live chat, bro. I just sent you a connection of Juan O'Savine to Laura Logan. Where? Did I miss it? Nothing with Bitcoin. Elsa is Betsy's mom. Can send DM if you want. Let me go look at the tag. Connections to Flynn into Juano Savine and the QAnon, as well as portions of the Truther movement.
All right, Juanito, can you hear me, Juanito?
Well, I can. Hey, guess who I got here? Got Laura Logan. There you go.
Well,
You've had her on
I don't
before.
think she liked that very much.
Huh?
I don't think she liked that very much. Looked uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh! Give her a big smile.
Hey, Laura.
She's. We're just decompressing here. So actually, they're taxiing right now, and so you get a big kick out of that.
So Juan, when can we do the full show? I know there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Can you do it today?
Well, I'm going out to Lee Greenwood's event right now in North Carolina.
Who? Lee Greenwood? The education reform in Wisconsin. For Racine? Oh yeah. Yeah, she was the Secretary of Education. Or Secretary of Education, wasn't she? Might be able to do this better. Like over here or something. So Laura Logan is also connected to this Q influencer guy. Thank you for that, Debuma San.
22.
And who is this David Rodriguez guy?
The criminal mob.
So they're green. They went green. They're an electric.
Well, predominantly in many ways. And a lot of the infrastructure in Europe that worked pretty well got dismantled. You know, one of my
Flynn, general, he was
business friends, Germany had a huge nuclear reactor that was brand new.
Ann Vandersteel. Go is live. What's up, dude? You don't know Nino? He's managed to stay on YouTube while everyone else got booted. On this tweet from 2015, if this is indeed the same Michael Flynn we're talking about. That is Evolutionary Destiny in 2015. Jesus fuck. Okay. Yeah, because he knew. He knew what was coming. Oh. 1-0 Savine. And then we have like Mike Lindell's on here. Nino Rodriguez was a fighter at one point, turned Q infiltrator. Public and private education, as well as Catholic Head Start, trade and hire, which was seen as the model. Now AI training as well. Yeah, all of the what is it? The Operation Stargate stuff coming out of there. It's coming. Oh, that's who Laura Logan is. Yeah. Yeah, that lady. The one that's married to the guy that was a CIA contractor. He was technically a defense contractor, but he worked for this thing called the Lincoln Group that ended up rolling into this company called Strategic Social that got bought by Constellus. And so did Blackwater when it merged with Academy and Triple Canopy and all that shit. Laura Logan was one of the handlers for Rittenhouse PR. Is that so? Jerome Corsi. Got him. He's right here. Yep. Oh, dude. So you guys want to hear something funny? Thomas Schoenberger commented on one of my videos. And he told me that I needed to retract my statements and issue a public apology. And I was like, nope. Not doing that. I don't know you. Laura Logan is America's Future board member. Yeah, we got all that. We got all that. Tucker Carlson and Steven Crowder. So who's this? What the fuck? Thank you for the subscription. Robert Mueller? Stay away from Thomas. That dude is a freak. I know. Schellenberger. Yeah, we have Schellenberger. Maybe we don't have Schellenberger on here. No, I don't think we do. How are Mike Flynn and Schellenberger related? I know Laura Logan and Trevor Fitzgibbon are friendly with the silent partner shit and the shadow box stuff and the wiretapping scandal. What's this about Eric Prince now? Let me see if there's anything else on here. All right. Yeah, and that's like a Prince Milo connection there. Eric Prince. AWS Wicker. What is this? End-to-end encryption. So this is like security for Amazon Web Services. It looks like he exited June 2021. I'll still put it on there though. All right, I got some stuff sent to me. I think it was this. And if not, then it was this. Alvin Krongard. A.B. Krongard. Oh, I misspelled Eric Prince. Put in AI, it'll find so many other companies and LLCs, nonprofits, it'll link board members to. I don't want to use AI though. I want to make the connections. Everyone at InfoWars is gay. That is true. Thomas Schoenberger, not Shell. Yeah, yeah, Schoenberger. Nasty web you've weaved here. Thank you. Do they still do wiretappings? I'm assuming they just tap your phone. Yeah. I overheard MSNBC talking about the possibility of a third term in which Obama versus Trump were gonna go at it. Gross. 84 years old. I thought AWS stood for Artificial Workstation. Boy, was I off. Amazon Web Services. All degenerates. Yep. So let's put Alvin Krongard on here. He was the connection between Eric Prince of Blackwater and the CIA. Alvin Krongard. CIA. I don't think we put the CIA on here yet. I think we just have the NSA and the DIA. Although, oh, I do have the CIA on here already. That's fine for now. They're a little far apart. We have to be talking about Mike Flynn then. Yep. He was the main financial architect of the 9/11 attacks. Yep, that's what I've heard. He was appointed by George Tenet. This isn't George Tenet of Tenet Media, is it? Who was Tenet Media? It was Lauren Chin, okay. But who did she do it with? That Dershowitz was in DLA Piper, DCI, Apollo Management. Yep. Yep. So I'm assuming Tenet Media has nothing to do with George Tenet. Unless it does. But I don't see anything on here. Okay. Was or must have been the brother of Buzzy Herman Krongard, who were both partners of Prince's brother, Kofor Black. Krongard was in with Kofor Black. You got a link on that, brother? George Tenet was, yep, Bush's CIA director. I can't remember if we have Bush on here yet. I don't think so. I don't see him. Oh, why did I do that? George W. Bush. All right. All right. All right. We need some links, guys. You knew that Iraq, Afghanistan, and beforehand Bitcoin was all a psyop. Yeah, Bitcoin was the NSA, for sure. Krongard brothers, brought the funding for the massive op called the 9/11 attacks from 2,500 countries' banks, Gulf countries' banks. Palantir can be linked to everything that hands in banks, medical records, schools, grocery stores. They know what you eat. They can map out your life down to the last detail. They throttling this live stream for anyone else? Probably. You said the T word. Why it's called tenant media either. Lucas from Austin did a really good presentation explaining how the roads, bridges, even dams, jails, and prison were not attended to after 9/11. Base cop name right, Mike Rupert, not Rupapour, but simply Rupert. So they can build their dumbs. Japanese guy in the NSA who wrote a white paper for basically exactly what Bitcoin would be. You talking about Satoshi? Because I think Satoshi wasn't real. Okay, so I need to get the fuck out of this tenant media shit. He also went to Georgetown, so he's a Jesuit. Who else went to Georgetown? None yet. We haven't put anyone from Georgetown on here yet. Jesuit educated. Look at that. And DCI. Allen and Company. Is this Allen of Boots Allen Hamilton? Probably not. But he's from Yale. Okay, I'm not seeing anything about Boots Allen and Hamilton on here. Podesta's Georgetown. Satoshi might have been Steve Wozniak all along. The tenant client list. Oh, that's for tenant media, though. Gopher Black was chosen by Mitt Romney to head a counterterrorism policy advisory group during the Republicans' 2008 presidential campaign and special advisor in 2012. Booz Hamilton, isn't it? Yeah, Booz Allen and Hamilton. Yeah, this is James L. Allen. The other one was Herbert Allen, so they're two different things. Wackenhut or the octopus. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to Krongard here. So DCI for both of them, it looks like. Sent you a link on Sasaki Okamoto and NSA link. Paul Joseph Watson is the disinfo agent for Europe, firing up the Christian versus Muslim war to come, scripted by the Zionists. SBF, is that Larry T.H. Okamoto? Yeah. I got all this. I know about all this. I've got a web on Bitcoin. Tied all the way back to like the Nobel family. Alex Brown and Sons. Integrated into the Deutsche Bank in 1999. Princeton, Maryland School of Law. Porter Goss. DLA Piper. Howard Krongard. Margot Lyon. Cheryl Gordon. Legs Mason, U.S. Airways. So Cheryl Gordon. And then that gets us back to Apollo Global up here. And then the hell is Legs Mason? Princeton University. What's the secret society out of Princeton? Good theories, SBF. Strange how Wozniak isn't regarded as a cyberpunk. No, the Deutsche Bank absorbed Alex Brown and Sons in '99. Rebecca Mercer also went to Cornell. If you did not make that connection with the Make America #1, I did not know that. I did not know that Rebecca went to Cornell. I thought I had it on here already somewhere. There hasn't been a lot of schools that we've added on this web specifically just yet, but that's good to know. I didn't know Mercer went to Cornell. Nope. Do a quick double check. Mm-hmm. And Stanford. Okay. That's probably how she got looped up with Peter Thiel then. Look up the 93 Society. Yale is Skull and Bones. Wait, what? Okay. Even sadly, the Assanges. Yeah, Julian Assange is also an op. Deeply tied to our government. The 93 Society. Greg Craig, former, went to Georgetown. Julian Stella's names are somewhere in that long, long chart. Mercer is on the Heritage Foundation Board of Trustees. Yep. I think I have... Yeah, the Heritage Foundation's down here. We're going to end up having to do a web just on the Heritage Foundation, if I'm being honest. Mike Ledeen. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of overlap with the Racine web and the Mike Flynn web. But I'm hoping once I get the Flynn web mapped out that I can just add that web to the Racine web so that it isn't as crazy looking. Heritage Foundation, Mitt Romney, Ted Cruz, Steve Bannon. What else was it? Heritage Foundation? Yeah. Let's see. Rudy Giuliani. I wonder if I can fit Rudy Giuliani on the other side here. Kind of. All right. One sec. What's up? Bezos controls Teal. What? Or no, he did a lot of time in prison, had a lot of smears done on him by corporate media. Then again, so did Oliver North. Yeah. Yeah, Julian Assange and Edward Snowden were both ops. Closely tied to Cofer Black, to the Romney campaign. So Cofer Black of Blackwater was also wrapped up with Mitt Romney. I need to figure out how to get Rebecca Mercer to Heritage and not completely mess everything up. Maybe if we move this over, move Michael Milken over. Your talk. See, this is where the webs start to get a little messy. All right, Stanford. And then I'm going to move Don Trump Jr. up, Steven Crowder up, Sean Hannity up, Candace Owens up, and Dennis Prager up. Okay. So then from Mercer, we can go down to Bannon. Okay. And then we can also go almost to the Heritage Foundation. Bring the Flynn Intel group down a little. Oh, leave that alone. Mike Ledeen. Okay. All right. All right. All except the crown that lays low are mixed in with these peasants. To them, Andrew got in trouble, and that's half, if not the whole reason the case was unalive. The real whistleblowers always get jailed for over 20 years or get killed. Romney ties to the Mexican cartel, so does Pelosi. Carl Benjamin is wrench in the stew. What? Alexander Taylor, a former director for Cambridge, was appointed director of Emerdata. Yep. Knew it was coming. Gary Webb, Hastings, Breitbart. Yeah, all these fake whistleblowing ass. Always trying to push a narrative or an objective. Man, now we got to move the SLC group. Trying to get you to buy shit. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's go back to Conguard. He is Jewish. Patricia Lyon. Thomas Drake is a genuine whistleblower. He is Jewish, the end. I mean, that's what it said. That's it just said it right here. He is Jewish. Okay, so now she's part of Legs Mason. Or wait, okay, so we're not done with him yet. We still have the Board of Bankers Trust. Which merged with Alex Brown and Sons right before they got acquired by Deutsche Bank. Okay. Deutsche Bank sold the trust and custody division of Bankers Trust to State Street in 2003. So this basically got split up between State Street and the Deutsche Bank. Like so. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. We just need one from here to here. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. State Street. All right. That's a lot of shit. Bankers Trust. We have DLA Piper, which is interesting because I believe I already have that over here. I do. No way. Maybe. Trevor Fitzgibbon, go up. Lincoln Group, go up. Okay, that looks good. Princeton. Boom. All right, so he's connected to DLA Piper, which is all the election fraud shit. Third largest law firm in the U.S. by revenue. Wait, Bill Binney died? Casolaro? That's the key player who funded the 9/11 attacks. That's what makes it hilarious. Usually you have that in early life, Ashkenazi roots. This one just, he's Jewish. Who is the main character in the John Birch Society at this point in time? If you look harder, you might end up finding Kimberly Coogan in that map somewhere too. Who's Kimberly Coogan? Look at that, Doug Imhoff. Denver Nuggets. I wonder if that has anything to do with Racine, because I know he owns a couple sports things. Okay, so what else is notable about Alvin? His brother. Do they have anything about the link to the CIA? I want to read that story. Former top CIA official arrested at BWI for allegedly trying to bring a gun in through security. He tried to bring a gun into the building. Oh, he tried to bring it into the airport? Under Armour. I don't see where Later worked with Blackwater. Eric Prince hunted with him. CIA's use were torture. That's literally all they have as the source for through his influence. They were able to get their first contract. I see. Damn it. The logo on Yale College is written in Hebrew. That's unfortunate. American Depository Receipt, Deutsche Bank, Deutschmark Bank. Who is the main character? If you're looking hard, okay, he's okay. ADR is connected to the Infineon Tech out of Germany. The logo on the Yale College is written in Hebrew. Also, a biolab in Netherlands. What? Wish you would do a web for just for these societies, orders, and shady organizations. It's come up before. I'm curious, would you guys rather see like the way that they're all tied together or the people that are in them and how they're tied together? Blackwater Advisory Board. Deloitte. Deloitte is huge. Okay, so he also went to Princeton. Probably should have assumed as much. You said that was the 93 Society? Right? Or was it 97 Society? I can't remember. Look up the 93 Society. And named Grateful Dead. Part of a band with other chipmunks. Leave them in a panic if enough pressure applied. Even one person in the right place could bring down the whole organization. There's too many organizations. They change their name constantly. Prior to entering the vaccine making business. What's that? All right, what's this Legs Mason? Franklin Templeton Investments. to Citigroup. Clarion Partners. I've heard of that before. Nelson Peltz. Clearbridge. All right, so we got Franklin Templeton Investments off of Legg Mason, which is where Cheryl Gordon was or is. Which then got acquired by the Franklin Templeton Investments, which looks like Jennifer Johnson. Interesting. I wonder which Johnson. Real estate mogul Baker. It was a banker, right? Currently there are 2 loose cannons. One is named Leo, the new pope, and one's last name is Donald. Are we in a simulation for real? Yes. Edgar Prince and Family Research Council, Wayreich, and Council for National Policy. Baker 3 was Bush Reagan's right hand after Shrub was put down. CNP Executive Committee Chairman Bill Walton told attendees of the upcoming election, "This is a spiritual battle we're in. This is good versus evil. Asset management, fancy name for Wall Street scumbags. CNP is so secretive, according to reports, that its members are instructed to not reveal their affiliation or even name the group." What the fuck? There's Paul Wayreich right there. This is the Council for National Policy. Paul Wayreich, because he's the heritage guy from Racine. That's yellow. Paul Wayreich. Let me... Council for National Policy. Then we also have Tim LaHaye and Howard Phillips. Is that don't I have a Howard Phillips on? I have on something. I could have swore. So we have Tim LaHaye, and Howard Phillips. Not even disclose your affiliation. That's a little culty, in my opinion. Rosicrucians, yep. Susie's List. Follow the wives. CMP clearly remains a critical nexus for maintaining extremism from the far right into conservative circles. Black Sun, Black Pope formed 4GW, and the primary methods and themes used by these right-wing and extremist groups all linked back to a false moral majority branched into a network of compartmentalized factions. Niccolo Paganini was a victim of their control freak monstrosity. Now is 5GW. What is 4GW and 5GW? You mean like generational warfare? Is the other side of the CFR coin? Yep. Yep. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's what I kind of figured you meant, but I wanted to make sure. Then Bush and Romney. So we have Frank Gaffney, Michael Paris. I really should make some more room for Paul, huh? Trump said we needed 6G in his first term. Gigawatts. Nah, generational warfare, brother. Bridget Gabrielle is AFA. Michael P. Ferris, ADF. I believe I have the ADF on another web somewhere. Maybe the Racine web, even. Brad Dacus, Tony Perkins. Matthew Staver. And so you're saying Edgar Prince was a part of this? Is that right? Okay. All right, so that's all these people. D-Wave, all those other terminology were part of Flynn PSYOP. Bradley Foundation is another link here. Yeah, I've got the Bradley Foundation somewhere. If it's not on here, I know it's on the... Oh, there it is. Thought Romney and Tim Leahy were connected, but I didn't put together the GW stands for gigawatts. It's with the Family Research Council. Because then we have where is it? Under here. Okay, so now we gotta map out what each of these people are a part of. So for that, I'm gonna do this. Family Research Council. It's Tony Perkins. Liberty Council is Matthew Staver. Who I guess I didn't put on here. Weird. Okay. And Tim Wildman. You said Edgar Prince was tied to that? Oh, geez. Okay. We'll figure it out. And the Liberty Council is Matt Staver. We have Brad Dacus. I put him on here. I did. Brad Dacus. We have Center for Security Policy. It's Frank Gaffney. AFA. The ADF. And we have Tim Wildman. Of the American Family Association. Okay. All right. So let's get all these cropped up and lined up. Liberty Council, Center for Security Policy, Act for America, Alliance for Defending Freedom, Family Research Council, Pacific Justice Institute, American Family Association, Tim Wildman. Okay. And then I might be able to just pull my ADF stuff from the Racine web, maybe. Where did I have that? I could have swore I had the ADF on here somewhere. That's not it. ADF, let me just look. I knew I had it on here. Okay. All right. So from the ADF, we have Ken Starr, Mike Johnson, Jeff Sessions, Amy Comey Barrett, Mike Pence, and Josh Hawley, and Ken Starr. So we're just going to do like so. Bring him up. We'll just get rid of all these. All right, ADF. Ken Starr, Josh Hawley, Mike Pence, Amy Coney Barrett, Jeff Sessions, Mike Johnson. Okay. What's happening? Been honest. They all got a stool to rock on. What is that? The SPLC? SPL Center? Southern Poverty Law Center? Oh. There's Phyllis Schlafly. I think I have her. On Racine. I'm pretty sure. She is over here somewhere. Schlafly. Where'd you go, Schlafly? You know what? Here we go. Wait, where is it? Oh, right there. Oh, of AEI. Look at that. America's Future. I think I misspelled that. I'm going to just do this. And I need to find a way to link her back up to America's Future because she's on the board with them. So maybe like so. And then I can move all of this up a little. And then boom. And then how do we, okay, so, oh, I already had, okay. I already had her on the web. Okay. Whoops. All right. So, just ignore that and we will do this instead. From here to there. Okay. Because Phyllis is also part of the TPUSA, isn't she? No. No, that's Jack. Okay. I lied. Sorry. Rebecca Hagelin. Is that this lady? Heritage Foundation. Troy University. The Human Coalition. Rebecca. Rebecca Hagelin. I don't think I've heard of her before, but she's the secretary for the CNP. And she's part of the Heritage Foundation. Working with Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Mark Levin. I think I have Mark Levin on this list already. Yeah, Mark. Maybe not. I could have swore I did. Levin. Mark Levin. Oh, there he is. Okay. So Mark Levin. We have Rebecca. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. We're going to figure this out. Shrink everything down a little bit. Then we can move stuff a little easier. Mike Ledeen. You know, I know he's a piece of shit, but his last name's really fun to say. Mike Ledeen. Okay. So maybe now we can sort of arrange everything a little better. Let's see, we'll put this here. We'll just bring Newberry over. like so. And then we can do Mark Levin to Rebecca. Damn it, Steve Deese. All right. All right. That looks good. And then it said she was a part of something else. First of all, we have Rebecca Hagelin Communications. That's name your whole company after yourself? That's weird. And then it was Dr. James Dobbins Family Institute. What is that even? Oh. Pat Robertson. Family Policy Council, Shreveport, Louisiana. Focus on the family. Why have I looked at that before? Was it because of the ADF? Probably. Discovery Institute. James Dobson. Family Research Council and the Family Policy Councils. Okay. Beware the World to Come. Jim Carrey's stories interconnected a long time ago. Human Coalition sounds like Clinton related. Who's Phyllis? Phyllis Schlafly? Phyllis is closely tied to Flynn and the John Birch Society. Yep. Yep. Spun Narrative, CMP, Inc. Board of Directors, Kirk Elliott, sells gold and silver online, sponsors Alex Jones. Really? And they live in Florida. I don't know what Awakening is. But that's something else she's a part of. I'm going to assume that it's like a think tank for now. But it could be something else. And then the Eberl Communications Group. I don't know what that is either. And then James Dobson. and focus on the family shit. I'll just leave this here for right now because it gets a little bit like 4 degrees of separation or whatever. But CBS is quite aware. Kirk Elliott is everywhere, and we know Scott McKay, Patriot Street Fighter, a ton of them. Scott McKay said Operation Tomahawk, and Kirk Elliott fund his operation. Kirk Elliott is significant. Kirk Elliott. Do I have him on here yet? No. I have Charlie Kirk and Kirk Cameron. KEPM.org. Eagle Forum. It's Phyllis's events, you said? You have anywhere I can go to look at like the attendees? Focus on Families was connected to the CNP or the Family Research Council. Trying to get this lined up right. That'll do. So you're saying the Family Research Council that Tony Perkins was a part of? Kirk Elliott. And so how is Kirk Elliott connected to Flynn? On the Truther shows? Gross. That list of members in the CMP. Is he? There's Pat Robertson. Rich DeVoe. Dick DeVoe. That's Dick DeVoe, isn't it? Richard DeVoe. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Maybe we can do something like this. And like this. And like this. And bring all of this over somehow. Maybe I'll put Alpha Bank up here. Maybe I'll put Amway Core up here also. Put Neutralite right there. Bring this over. Bring Dick DeVoe over. Like so. And then like straight down basically. And we shouldn't have to move too much. Black Horse. White Canvas I might put up here. Maybe like this. Oh. Okay, we barely make it, but we should be able to make it. Might move this over here. Ivan Rakelin. Millie Weaver, you're going to have to get shrunk down a little bit. Alex is going to have to move over. And NSA, I might move over here. Okay. All right. So now we have Dick DeVoe also attached to the CNP. Gold Circle members. Board of Governors. Holy shit. Okay. Leonard Leo's on here. Of course he is. Do I already have Leonard Leo on here somewhere? No, I think I have him on the Jordan Peterson arc. Near Vivek. I'm just going to bring all this over. We have the Federalist Society from Leonard Leo. Where he also has the Teneo Network. Philanthropy Roundtable. Oh. Not the Soros Fellowship, though. And then on this Federalist Society sits a lot of Supreme Court justices. So we have Amy Coney Barrett. We have Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, and company. Then you also have Eugene Kontrovich, which he's like one step away from the Knesset through Moishe Koppel. Okay. Leonard Leo. Paul Ryan is with Teneo also. Is he? That's not surprising at all. Paul Ryan. You got a link on that? I can look up some of the other people on the Teneo network. Who else? James Price. Corsi. Jerome Corsi. So Jerome Corsi is also part of the Council for National Policy. I didn't know that. All right, we're going to have to figure out what to do with this guy. He's going over here. Okay, so there's Jerome Corsi. Kirk Elliott is all over Alex Jones. Jones is close to Flynn. I'm still trying to find the direct tie to Flynn, but Kirk is on with all his podcasters. I mean, look, if we got proof, dude, I'll add it. There he is. There he is. There he is. Okay, so yeah, he's like part of the information, like the controlled disclosure circles. Put him right here. Kirk Elliott. InfoWars. Yeah, I'll never forget the moment Corsi appeared on InfoWars drooling on himself and the host looking visibly disgusted. Leonard Leo is way down on the list of members, Federalist Society. This is the Teneo Executive Com, just bookmark for future. I'm terrible at bookmarking shit. Senior advisors. Global executives. Would I recognize any of these guys? Xerox. Whoa! Thank you for the subscription, Rosemary. Of course, he was the main connection that George Webb, Swigert, and Jason Goodman had with InfoWars. And that's the crowdsource the truth guy, right? That Jason guy. I'm pretty sure I have him on here somewhere. He was following me for a while. And I was like, ooh, that's not, I didn't, gross. He might still be. Okay, so Paul Ryan right there. Oh, what do you know? All right. Got him on the list. Who else was part of this policy here? Trying to see if there's any other names I recognize. Stuart Epperson. Sounds familiar. Brad Smith. That's not Brad Smith, Microsoft Brad Smith, right? I'm assuming it's not. Abedin, Doug Ban, Chris Dodd, you would know. Van Jones. I know Van Jones. I've got Van Jones on my web somewhere. Maybe under Schellenberger. Van Jones, Reform Alliance, all that. So I don't think this is the same Brad Smith, but I could be wrong. Because that said Bradley Smith, and this says Bradford Smith. In memoriam? Are these all the people that died? No. Hawkins, Hill, Irvin, Kennedy. Mary Crowley. Ed Prince right there. John B. Saunders. I might be able to do something like this. And then try to go the same route I went with Corsi. And that doesn't work. So we'll bring some of this out. Patrick Berge. Jerome Corsi. Come on now. There we go. Okay. They just barely skate by Flynn, but they do. Okay. All the way down. Van Jones went to Yale. Corsi is Bernie Brith. Okay. Jason's crowdsourced the truth. Van Jones also knows nothing about politics. That is true. Tony Blair and Bill Clinton were also on the Teneo board. Really? Tony Blair, I have somewhere. Maybe not on this web, but I know I've put his name down here before. And then I still have to get into like all the Robin Voss stuff. All right, what else has Eric Prince done? What else has he been a part of? Benai Barith. Yeah, I have stuff on that. Not a lot, but Benedicta Bauer, Rose Thuring, Ernest Rakelin, the ADL. In the South. CAA UTA. What's the phone company? Pure Talk? Oh, unplugged phone? I have that. Oh, he was in a vaccine company, eh? Kovacs. With 2 X's. Not the WHO Kovacs with 1 X. Peter Diamandis and Tony Robbins. Isn't Prince like pretty good friends with Tony Robbins? Damn it. Still directs Robin Voss and Brian Style, and Flynn directs the controlled opposition groups. It's hard to believe that Paul Ryan is still relevant to anything. He's been out of the political game basically since he lost the election. Vaccinity Incorporated. Paul Ryan never lost an election. Well, wasn't he? He was VP, wasn't he? He was the VP pick. And under Romney. Lou Reese. Oh, Peter Diamandis is from X Prize. United Biomedical Inc. You have Lou Reese. So first of all, we have Vaccinity Incorporated. Maybe I'll put this down here. I'll put Peter up here. Like that. And then we have Vaccinity, which owned Kovacs. And Vaccinity was Lou Reese. Peter Diamandis. And Mimi Who. So, like so. And then Peter Diamandis is from that X Prize thing, which we have here. Which was all of these people and Anita Goel. Nope. Okay. So we have X Prize. I'm losing his VP, but would never have lost his rep. Now Iron Stash is going to run against Brian Style. It's the juice? Probably. What's up, Jason? How you doing? I guess this would be yellow. And then, so this is where it's going to be interesting because Anita Goel of X Prize is under Colson Capital through NanoBioSim. So we have Ann Wiley, who's Yale. Do we already have someone from Yale on here? I'd be shocked if we didn't. But maybe we don't? Yale? Yeah, I guess we haven't added Yale yet. All right. That's weird. What's up, bro? Not a whole lot, brother. Just mapping out these fucking corrupt sons of bitches. See, I know I'm learning because when I saw X Prize, I was like, oh, I remember what that is. Public health company. And Paul Drain. University of Washington. Put that there. I'll put this here. Like that. Like that. Boom. And then Anita Goal. And Nanobiosim are coming over. Oh, and Michael Mina. Okay, so Anita Goal with X Prize, Nanobiosim, goes down here. We have Tinley Albright. Oh. We have Robert Langer. And that's Robert Langer of Kleiner Perkins, if I remember correctly. I could be mistaken. Paul Moritz. Ratan M. Tata. This nanobiosim shit's no joke, dude. This shit's scary. Talking about just like releasing nanobots into our bodies. It's not good. And then you have Anita Goal. Everything she's been attached to, like DARPA and DOD, Department of Energy, like she's not an insignificant character. She's the head of this nanobiosim company, which the nanobiosim company rolls up under Coulson Capital. Don't you love how that works? All right, we gotta fix this. HHS, USAID. So she's been attached to USAID, the National Science Foundation, the Department of Energy, the Department of Defense, DARPA. And this lady's in charge of this nanobot company. It's being funded by these people. The NSF. DOE. The AFOSR, which I had to look up because I had never heard of that before. The Department of Defense and DARPA. And all these should be orange. Okay. All right. And then we had from Lou, we had this United Biomedical Inc. or UBI for short. All right. Okay. So what do we have on Kofor Black? Oh, we also had Homie Milan. MIT, Harvard, Stanford. Yeah, I have all of that somewhere. Right here. This is everything else that she's... There's Tony Blair. He worked with Anita Goel. Yeah, she's also part of all of these things on top of all of that other shit. Yeah, this Anita Goel lady is insanely connected. She's on the board of Lockheed Martin, Scientific Advisory Board of PepsiCo. Thank you for reminding me. I was about to forget literally all that other shit. So there's Stanford there. I might bring it up. And then that way we can tie her down to Stanford. Like that. And then we'll get rid of it here. I believe we already have MIT on here. And again, maybe not. It's so hard to remember everything that I've added. All right, whatever. If we run into it again, we'll just make that connection. Harvard. Let's get all these other things she's part of. There's got to be a better way to do this. Maybe we can do it like this. DOD. Keep that one down there. Move this one down. Put USAID here. We'll put DOE, DOD, NSF, and HHS. Okay. That worked. Corinne Shack. Kofor Black is ex-CIA. Thank you for that. Hmm. And then she's also part of all of these. So we'll do like this. Like this. Move this up. And then, man, Gopher Black's going to get moved over here. We'll put Rotondata over here for now. Okay. All right, let's get all these down here. The Santa Fe Institute, the World Tech Institute, Board of Overseers of Boston Science, Beyond Institute, and the Board of Trustees and Scientific Advisory Board of India Nano. Joseph Cover, Black Burisma Group, Ukraine. You need to get rolling here soon, but you're doing a great job, and no one has ever mapped these out like you have. Thank you. Thank you, Linwood. I'm okay with nanobots if it gives us the ability to upload into some MMOs. No. What the sports ball players are doing, not the scientists, politicians, and AI. Yeah, I'll holler at you, Jason. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Okay. So where can we... I do still want to come to this Family Research Council at some point. Go for Blackwater, Northwest Biotherapeutics. CIA. University of Southern California. Reagan administration. Ronald Reagan. It's Reagan Conrad. Ronald Reagan. Chrysaora had him up here by like Dana Rohrabacher and Oliver North. Where you at? Ah, okay. He was a little bit further down. So we have Kofor Black to Ronald Reagan. Jesus. Okay. We'll put David up here. That works. Okay. So now we have Cofer Black to Reagan. George Tenet named Black director of the CTC. Fuck. Okay, one sec. We'll make it work. It's just going to take me a minute. But we'll get it. Did that work? That worked. Okay. Except for Michael Milken. There we go. All right. All right. Let's get back to it. So we have George Tenet, who appointed Cofer Black to the CTC. And fixed. Okay, maybe not. Myron Gaines, Walter Weeks, Homie Mulan. Or is it Hami? I'm honestly not sure. Andrew Tate. Tristan Tate. Matt Kors. Cofer Black. What is it? Counter-Terrorist Center. I'm just going to put CTC. You guys know what I mean? Cofer Black is a key person. Alcatron. CIA, State Department, Humint, Al-Qaeda, National Security Council, Blackwater, Blackbird Technologies, Raytheon, the Black Group, OODA. Okay. (9/11). Let's see, I think we have... Do we have 9/11 on here yet? I don't think so. (9/11). Where's George Bush? Oh, he's so far. There we go. George Bush, 9/11. Let's see. National Security Council. 9/11 Commission. Rich B. Condoleezza Rice. Camp David. I feel like that's important. George Bush. There we go. Go for black. 9/11. Cool. Special operations. Ambassador at large, Blackwater, USA. Blackbird Technologies. What is Blackbird Technologies? What did they do? Former CIA director joins Burisma, and it's good news. What does Blackbird do? Go for black. Six colleagues. Linda Powers, Pat Sarma. Northwest Biotherapeutics. Where we have Linda Powers. She's the CEO. You have Susan Bay and Pat Sarma. Princeton, Harvard. I don't think we'll be able to make that work. Maybe. Peter Diamandis, Paul Maritz, Myron Gaines, Walter Weeks. Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate. That'll work. That'll work. Well, almost. CIA. Fuck. Okay. There we go. All right. Linda Powers went to Princeton. She went to Yale. I'll worry about that later. Pat Sarma. Dross, Georgia Tech. Cofer Black. Okay. Total Intelligence Solutions, Total Intel. Some intelligence gathering company or something. This company was created by the Prince Group. Prince Group. So here he is with Prince again. Total Intelligence Solutions. The holding company, the Black Group LLC. Okay. So let's see if we can get this right. So we have the Black Group LLC that merged with Terrorism Research Center Incorporated and Technical Defense. And then the OODA group. So Technical Defense, the Black Group, and this Terrorism Research Center all merged together. And that was, so the Black Group, Terrorism Research Center, and Technical Defense all became part of this Total Intelligence Solutions. So maybe I can do that. Do that. Do that. Like that. And then just branch them all through this. That'll work. Been absorbed by the OODA group. So all of that got rolled into the OODA. OODA. Which Gopher Black is a part of, and so is Matt DeVost. Littlesis.org. One sec. So we have Matt DeVost. Bring these down a little bit. We have Bob Flores. Junaid Islam. And they all have their own fucking networks. Chris Ward. Paul Becker, Melvin Cordova. Gopher Black. All right, there's going to be a few more people from this ODA group that I'll have to map out. But I'll probably need to save that for another stream. It is getting close to time for me, everybody. I think what we'll end up doing is I'll try to give a quick recap of everything that we've looked at today so far. And recap there. Global Fusion Center, like what Flynn and Greg Phillips were promoting with local action, national impact. OODA Loop is a decision-making model developed by U.S. Air Force Colonel John Boyd. He applied the concept to the combat operations process, often at the operational level during military campaigns. Oh, shit. I'd give you all if need something to eat. Someone should put $1 in this kind of research. I'm sorry I can't because I'm just a peasant living off the land and $200 a month. Dude, Ivan, I appreciate that. The work definitely doesn't pay because I don't make a lot of money, but it's the principle, right? Like, I don't want these motherfuckers running my life, you know? Clapping for you out loud. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Linwood, thank you for the help. Or not Linwood, I guess I should say. All right, so today we were looking at the Mike Flynn web part 2, where we started to open up a little bit on the Heritage Foundation. Obviously, that's Paul Wayreich. Paul Wayreich is also part of the Council for National Policy, which includes Frank Gaffney, Bridget Gabriel, Michael P. Ferris, Tony Perkins, Tim LaHaye, Brad Dacus, Howard Phillips, Tim Wildman. Frank Gaffney, part of the Center for Security Policy. Bridget is Act for America. Michael P. Ferris is ADF, which also includes Mike Johnson, Jeff Sessions, Amy Coney Barrett, Mike Pence, Josh Hawley, and Ken Starr. Tony Perkins, part of the Family Research Council. Brad Dacus, Pacific Justice Institute, and Tim Wildman, American Family Association. Also part of the CNP is Leonard Leo of the Federalist Society, Philanthropy Roundtable, Teneo Network. Federalist Society includes Eugene Kontrovich, who works with Moishe Koppel of the Knesset. He's also part of the Kohelet Policy Forum. You have Brett Kavanaugh, Neil Gorsuch, Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, Amy Coney Barrett, John Roberts. Also of the Teneo Network is Paul Ryan. Secretary for the Council of National Policy is Rebecca Hagelin. She has Rebecca Hagelin Communications. She's part of the Dr. James Dobson's Family Institute, which is tied to some other things. Awakening and the Burrell Communications Group. We also have Matthew Staver, who's part of the Liberty Council. Now, we also have, I mean, we went through a lot today. We have the Cambridge Analytica stuff and Immer data. Which was Alexander Nix. The SLC group was part of Cambridge Analytica as well. You had Julian Wheatland, which was part of Emmer Data. All of that was being ran by this guy named Johnson Chun Shun Ko of Frontier Services Group, which is run by Eric Prince. You have also for Eric Prince, we have AWS Wicker. We have Alvin Krongard, who went to Princeton University, Alex Brown and Sons, which ended up rolling into Deutsche Bank under Bankers Trust, which they sold part of it to State Street. Alvin Krongard also related to Cheryl Gordon. I can't remember how they're related, but she was part of Apollo Global for a while. She was also part of Legg Mason, which was eventually absorbed by Franklin Templeton Investments. We have Alvin, obviously part of DCI. He was appointed by George Tenet. Alvin Krongard was over Under Armour. His brother Howard Krongard, he was part of Deloitte for a while, obviously. The CIA. You have Eric Prince was wrapped up in Kovacs, which was owned by this company named Vaccinity, which was run by Peter Diamandis of X Prize. You had Lou Reese of United Biomedical and Mimi Hugh. From X Prize, you obviously get Paul Drain, who went to the University of Washington, Michael Mina, Annie Wiley of Yale, Shauna Butler, Rick Bright, Charity Dean of the Public Health Company, and most importantly, Anita Goel. So Anita Goel, who went to MIT, Harvard, and Stanford, sits on the Scientific Advisory Board of PepsiCo and the Nanotech Advisory Board of Lockheed Martin. Is part of the Board of Trustees and Scientific Advisory Board of India Nano, Beyond Institute for Fundamental Concepts in Physics, Board of Overseers of the Boston Museum of Science, World Technology Institute, Santa Fe Institute, NIH Review Panel for Nano, Canadian Institute for Advanced Research, Global Council for Center of Healthcare Innovation, U.S. National Board of Museums of Science and Industry. And she has also worked with DARPA, USAID, Department of Energy, Department of Defense, National Science Foundation, Health and Human Services, Air Force Office of Scientific Research. And she's part of this company called NanoBioSim, alongside Robert Langer, Tinley Albright, Homi Milan, Ratan Tata, and Paul Maritz. NanoBioSim falls under the Colson Capital Web, which is also where 1775 Coffee comes from, the Wellness Company, things like that, Zelenko Labs. Now, from here, we have, obviously, George Tenet went to Georgetown University. Just kind of funny. Eric Prince is also part of the Black Group, which the Black Group, Technical Defense, and the Terrorism Research Center ended up merging into Total Intelligence Solutions, which was Cofer Black of Blackwater. He was part of the CTC and was appointed by George Bush. He was head of the CTC during 9/11. He met with George Bush during the Camp David stuff. He's part of OODA with Matt DeVos, Bob Flores, Junaid Islam, Chris Ward and company. Part of Blackbird Technologies, Northwest Biotherapeutics with Linda Powers, who at one point also went to Princeton. We have Juan O'Savin is connected to Laura Logan. We have Phyllis Schlafly coming back into play here with the Council for National Policy and things like that. What else did we add here? We have Mark Levin has been represented by Rebecca Hagelin. We had, I think that was about it, actually. We have the deplorable stuff. We have James O'Keefe. Private intelligence, the new gold rush. Rebecca Mercer starting the Make America #1 pack with Elsa Prince, Eric Prince, both donating. Bernie Marcus of Home Depot also donated. Rebecca went to Cornell, just like all the other people at Racine. And you know, the whole thing with her and Peter Thiel and Cambridge Analytica and Palantir. And then obviously this just all goes into the same influencer web network thing that we've kind of been exploring, because it's all wrapped up with like Prince and the Blackwater pipeline, what have you. And if you didn't hear me say it last time, fuck you, Jimmy Dore. No, but yeah, that was a lot to kind of fit in everywhere. We obviously have so much more that we have to look over eventually and dig up. You know, we have Tony Robbins. Oh, we were looking at like Corsi and Dick DeVoe and all the people that ended up rolling into this Council for National Policy, which is the domestic version of the Council of Foreign Relations. So very, very important, big decision makers here. And obviously we've got a lot of names tied up. So this is the Flynn network so far as we have it. I'm hoping that, tomorrow or Thursday, potentially, we can start looking deeper into Apollo Global specifically. And, you know, obviously that's going to tie into like Leon Black and Jeff Epstein. So that'll be some interesting connections to build out for. But this is what we have so far for the Flynn network. Now, most of this is already, or I would say a lot of this is on the Racine web, but as far as Racine goes, it's very empty in the way of Mike Flynn. So once we finish this Mike Flynn web, we'll be able to add it into the Racine web here. And win Telegram. But yeah, I'm hoping to take this Mike Flynn web that we have here and plug it into the Racine web where we have it right here, and then continue building out on the Racine stuff, because we've got like the S.C. Johnson stuff, we've got Gannett Media and everything they're wrapped up with. We have like the Brad Smith stuff, Scott Walker, American Legal Exchange Council, the email with Mike Gableman. There's Anita Gold there, the Aspen Institute shit, the Pritzkers. So we're slowly building out pieces of this and then be able to get everything out there. So I think this was good. I think it was productive, and hopefully we'll be able to explore more about Apollo Global tomorrow and start filling in more of this stuff up here. And then eventually I want to look at the election fraud stuff. Like, I want to understand what this email was about and who all these people are. Like Adam Steen, Ron Johnson, Bob Spindell. I know Harry Waite and Jim Spodek were hot government. John Eastman is also part of that Federalist Society. So see, we already have Leonard Leo down here. We'll have to fix that. But yeah, all these people, I'd love to go through and kind of understand the relationship with all of them. But we'll save that for another time. I want to thank everybody for hanging out and contributing, and for joining us on the stream today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to make some more headway and get to a good place, and then I can slowly start working in the Jeffrey Epstein web and go from there. So thank you to Not Lynn Wood, Dabby Dabs, Debumasan, Ivan, Katie. Hey, Katie. Who else do we have here? We had Tryhard 7, Jason B, Slumber Machine, Affected Area. We had Cocoa Biscuits. Mule was here putting in some work. Pastel. Sarah P. It's me, Sarah P. JRM 2018. Ninus Beeswax. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for contributing and for helping out. Oh, 7 Oz, thank you. VR20, or that was the person that was trying to get other people to a different stream. Never mind. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Thank you everybody so much for the support. And I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll be live again tomorrow. If you'd like to support me, check out the link in the description. I have Substack articles that I'm releasing, all of my platforms where I'm live. I have merch as well. And then if you feel like supporting the stream or donating directly to me to help support future research, feel free. I'm not gonna, be upset if I don't get any money, but if I could take care of my light bill or something while I'm doing all this, that would be great. But again, not expected, not required. Thank you again, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll be live again tomorrow. So I will see you all then. Peace out, everybody.